I mean, uh, I'm indoor right now and I cannot open the light because this gentleman said I'm working night shift, and if you open the light, the neighbor would think that I might cause something. They will say someone in your room, so I need not to open. So I'm indoor until he. This is a nice gentleman, nice good friend, a good brother. Anyway, I know him since the beginning. He was an asylum seeker. Alhamdulillah, he was granted his remain. Anyway, so I go give him a visit from time to time. Now, so I can't open the light. What I'm trying to say is, he's renting this room anyway. Uh, the point is, I don't need it anyway. This video is about. Am I entitled to call it peace be upon him, Yani Muhammad, the final messenger? It needs a lot of explanation. Can we call it the spill of Muhammad? Spill, you know the spill? I mean, do you know what this man did? I'm serious. No, wallahi, it needs a lot of explanation. He destroyed racism. Muhammad eliminated racism. That's why so many of the Arab leaders didn't like him, especially in the beginning. An Israelite as well, Israelite and Arabs, Ismaili, and even some. Unbelievable. And this, I shouldn't call it spill, but I'm just spilling of blessings, spillings from God. It's not a spill. It's not a spill. Please, please. You can find it until now. Those who are living the spirit of Muhammad, even if you're an atheist, the spirits in the Quran, the spirits of the hate, but definitely it's the believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent Muhammad as final messenger. And I am uploading this video. يعتاشون على رحمة محمد. They live on the mercy that came from الرحمة من محمد, الرحمة التي أتت عنه. They live those who أعداء الرسول محمد, أعداء الإسلام, the enemies of Islam. So many among them, the enemies of Muhammad, are living the mercy that came by Muhammad. I understand this explanation. This thing need a lot of explanation. If you go to the Ismailian territory, those Muslims who are natives are angry with the non-Muslim or those ex-Muslim or those who do not represent Islam in the Arabian Peninsula were doing. Those who do not represent the Ismailian, do not represent Islam, are not Ismailian. And yet the Ismailian and those good people who are living and respecting the path of Islam in the Ismailian, you cannot see them saying, you are a Tursh, you are coming from outside, go back, you have nothing to... No, they don't. They go and talk to him, why you're doing this, why you are an infidel, why you're not complying with Islam. Unbelievable. It's hard for you to see it. Because, Ya Allah, your ignorance is unbelievable if you can't see it. Even if you go to the Pashtun. I mean, I see some names and I do some investigation, and even based on the resource, and I find that there is people who are not Pashtun who took advantage within the last 2 decades. Do we see in a big voice some of the Pashtuns saying, Yahi, those people in Kabul got nothing to do with Kabul, they are here? No, you can't, you don't see this. You would see them saying, A'udhu Billah, they are working with the enemy of Islam. Oh, these people are infidel. They don't talk about the race. They just don't. The Israelites accepted Islam before 14th century. And they mixed within the beauty of the Islamic world. Something you cannot unimaginable. Century after century. Yes, there was problem. We're human. Satan is there. Dark is there. Century after century and after century. For within the 13th century. And everyone is mixed. And everyone starts speaking Arabic as a mother tongue. And everyone wants to start calling himself an Arabic. And the Belgian came and they fucked Arabic. Especially after the renewal. I'm not saying all. The Sufis and even after the death of the Hussein. And they insisted assaulting the Arab, that the Arab have killed Imam Hussein and things like that. And they stopped the spreading of the language of Arab. That's why you see even the son of Ahmad Didat, he once had a video, said, "Why, you are the one who's behind, you Arabs are behind not bringing Arabic to India." And it's not true. It's the Persian. It's the so-called Shiite. Allah, may Allah accept him and a lot of blessing in him and his father. It's them when they start being the so-called Shiite, they hate the guts of Arab because the so-called Shiite establishment, the slabbing, is have nothing to do with Arab. It's a wave against Arab using the name of Hussein. But this is not the point. And look, and racism is not there. The racism, some would say, what about what happened there in Iraq and think, no, 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 no. It would be far worse. It would be unbelievable worse. It will be worse than, it will be terrible, terrible, terrible. Look, I mean, look and study the history. Even last century in Europe with the Nazis and thinking conflict within the race, stupidity of even dealing with the race. There was a beauty of mix and equality. You ستصطادون في الشوائب. You will go and hunt in the bad areas. Look at the Israelite mixed. And right now, who is يعتاش على الرحمة بن محمد? He live, though he is يعتاش وهو كاره للرسول محمد. He live on the mercy that came from Muhammad, and at the same time he hate Muhammad. And he hate Muhammad because he don't want to do what Muhammad came. Look at the Gohan Jews, the so-called Israeli state. All of them are Gohan. All of them. Some of them are gypsies from Europe. Some of them are flash, African or whatever. Iranian, as what, they got nothing to do with the Israeli race. They just call themselves Jews. And now they are coming and they are saying, you Jews, Israeli, you are Arab, you're Ishmaeli. Understand me? And people do not mention this point. People always say Yahudi, the Muslims. They deal with them as a Yahudi. Do you see what I'm trying to say, or you're just gonna mess around and say no, you don't know, he's saying it in a wrong way? The Muslims, since even century, since 1945, they should all scream, these people are not Israelis. They got nothing to do with the Israeli race. They didn't. No one mentioned it. Yasser Arafat died saying that the Jews have came and took the Arab. Saddam Hussein said this is an Arab soil. It's not an Arab. It's the Holy Land. It's an Islamic Holy Land based on the rules. When we say it's Israeli, then all of the going, then we need to deal with it in a different way, the way they will. You're going, go back. Why you're stealing the Muslim natives who among them real Israelis land? Go to the so-called Shiite in Iraq. They start speaking Arabic, everyone call them Arab. And at the same time, they have a big issue, so many among them, even with Muhammad himself, but they hide it, and with the Arab. I don't know how to say it, how to explain more. But these يعتاشون على مين؟ على يعتاشون على الرحمة من الرسول محمد. They live on the mercy that it came from Muhammad. وبنفس الوقت يكرهون محمد. And at the same time they hate Muhammad. في نفس الوقت they say accusation about Muhammad untrue. وبنفس الوقت يقولون أكاذيب عن محمد. Unbelievable. My experience when I was in the Ishmaelian territory, even when I say to these Muslim leaders, scholars, I say to them the Qatifis are Easterners. They are not natives. And those who are, for example, living in Jeddah or some places or in Gulf State, criticizing our culture or our Islamic or the way of Ahmed, our school of Islam, they have nothing to do with our race. They immediately say, Akhi, don't mention the race. Don't mention the race, Akhi. It's haram, Akhi. It's forbidden, Akhi. Forbidden. Look at the mercy that came from Muhammad, but no one wanna see it. Everyone, Muhammad is bad. Muhammad is beautiful. Muhammad is racist. Muhammad killed the Jew. Muhammad killed the Muhammad is bad for women. Go and see what Taliban did. Taliban protected the women. At the time of Hikmat Yar, at the time, with due my respect, to these names. At the beginning, Taliban was angry. They start fighting the Soviet Union because they start raping Afghani women. Don't say I'm a liar. Don't say that I'm a liar. I'm saying the truth. Taliban themselves, when they took over by Mullah Omar, the beginning people just ran away to them because they start protecting the women from being raped. Everyone remember the 11 girl when they were kidnapped, and God knows what happened to them and how they revenge for the families, Taliban, based on the Islamic law. What? Rape? Uh, Kidnap? This is Taliban. And then they came after the Soviet Union problem, after things like that, and it was a terrible situation. And everyone is causing trouble and lies about them. Yeah, you are not human. And everyone's saying, this is Muhammad, this is Muhammad. Look at Daesh, see Muhammad, Muhammad, Muhammad. Because you choose hellfire. Like those who are previously, who are in your school, the schools of monkey and pigs. No retreat. This is the truth. This is your school. You're screwed people. You're in hellfire. Either you're dealing with the filthy cross as a so-called Christian, or the filthy understanding to Judea with the filthy satanic dimensional star, or the filthy taghutic figures that you relate to the family of Muhammad once you call yourself Shiite. May you all be cursed, you demon, or the so-called Hindus, or the so-called Buddhists. And this is a big, dark topic, talking about either the so-called Hindus or the so-called Buddhists. I saw so many people who want to fuck the Ishmaelian people life in Islam there in the Arabian Peninsula. No one. We can keep their mouth shut by one word. Go back, you motherfucker. You go to France, you go to Britain, you go even to other places like immigrant places like America, and immediately you find people attacking Muslim. Go back to Islam. Go back to Sharia. We don't want Sharia laws. England don't want. March from England. March from. Shut up. It's happened, and their rising's nice. You're not from here. But if you go to the Islamic, no one go to the Lebanese and say, why a so-called Christian who is originally from Eastern Europe, stop lying, is from Eastern European, he must be a president in Lebanon. Why Lebanon should be one decapitated, executed, one cut away state by the France, led and controlled mainly by intruders to Middle East. No one say your race. No, they came to Taif agreement at the time of Fahd ibn Abdulaziz. No one mentioned something like this. The Muslim Brotherhoods in Syria who had some issues with, they didn't mention anything like that. This is crazy. You are not normal. Armenian came and settled. I don't want to mention. No one is saying anything. Racist. I saw so many people commenting and saying Muhammad is racist, Muhammad is a rapist. Anyway, I'm not defending Muhammad. You are nothing. And I'm not in a position to defend Muhammad. Muhammad is there shining in paradise, in a different physical world. I'm just talking about my personal case with an alignment of understanding the rights in the Ishmaelian territory, also with an alignment of understanding Islam, which is the submission to the creator of existence, Allah. Don't say anything about Taliban. Allah who sent Muhammad as the final messenger. So I continue another talk. Don't say anything about Taliban. Taliban had Al-Qaeda who attacked 11 September. 11 September was an inside job, one. Secondly, if Al-Qaeda did it, they didn't. It was an inside job. If they did it, God bless them for doing it. Why? Why? Because you took the Holy Land. They were angry from the Holy Land. So when the Taliban and when the other group in Afghanistan fought the communist Russian Soviet Union, there was a support to them against the Soviet Union. But now, no, the whole world was against them. And they were successful. You cannot say that they're losers. Just understand the case. I am here not talking about cases that we might criticize, either in Afghanistan or outside, which you created. You, who? The enemies of Islam. The enemies of the people, the native people. My topic here is, how dare you? How could you if you're a normal human being? Why don't you study Muhammad before you come to criticism, even if you're an atheist? Are you sick not to see this guy who he started something at the age of 40 and died at the age of 63? You cannot see. I mean, I'm sorry to say this. The Messiah, the son of Virgin Mary, peace be upon him. There is a lot to talk about him. His name is the Messiah, Isa. His title, the Messiah, appointed by Allah. What did he do? What did he do? Tell me, what did he do? Daniel, what did he do? Moses as well. In comparison, our history, humanitarian history. Solomon, what did he do? In comparison to Muhammad. Tell me right now, at this age where we're living, what did he do? The Messiah, the son of, what did he do? Don't start with me, he died for our sin. This is a joke, this is a fuck. This is a fuck. You're an atheist? Good job. Look at Muhammad, look what he did. He was a butterfly, didn't he? Start killing people and forcing them to worship his God. Oh, may you be cursed, may you be destroyed, you fucking stupid, ignorant, arrogant. I'm not asking you or inviting you to be a Muslim. No, I want you to be in hellfire. You fucking bastards, all of you. I'm just saying, who's Muhammad? See, you're not human, you're animals. And this is not enough. I mean, you might have a problem with Islam and Muhammad. This is your fucking problem. You choose hellfire, you choose tribulation to humanity. This is not my problem. My problem is that you want to criticize Muhammad and you want to fuck my life by criticizing Muhammad. I think I have said enough. Don't delete my video. I couldn't even sleep. I'm just thinking. May Allah bless me and my thoughts. Thank you.